So, when we left it off, Estel was in the primary hall of records. Researching, looking up various bits and pieces. And you guys had all decided to hit the Elven Smiths.
Hey!
Yes.
And the Elven Smiths you found to be incredibly busy.
Yep.
Very noisy.
Yep.
Indeed.
And there's a lot of, like, it looks like a lot of, like, trade going on, either between smiths or administrators or traders of some sort, like miners or quarrymen or gem cutters. There just seems to be lots of people moving backwards and forwards, either rolling barrels or moving carts or moving crates. And there seems to be a big administration system as well, where people are keeping inventory check of various materials, components and stuff like that, as well as when items are actually manufactured and created.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a very, very busy kind of thing. The best way to describe it would be if you took like a production plant inside a factory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, part of it's like that, and part of it's all open plan administration, and at the same time, it's like almost like a shopping mall as well, all in one. I might take those three elements and just throw them all into one, and it's that kind of chaos. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
We found out that the ground floor is where all the base metals are all kept, all the metallic objects, because they're heavier, and they don't require as much effort to be able to move. The second floor has all the leathers and the fabrics,
soft materials, yeah.
textiles, woods, the bone, ivory, horn, that kind of stuff. All the stuff that can be carved or molded. So there'll be clay there and stuff like that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the last floor is where the smaller items, the lightest of the items, are all kept, which would be the gemstones, glass, crystal, beads, pearls, that kind of stuff, all the decorative kind of stuff. Yes. So the heavy industry is on the ground floor. The mediocre kinds of the lighter goods are in the middle floor, and all the refinery and all the decoration and all the intricacies are all done on the top floor. The ground floor is the most noisiest. The second one is fairly normal, like for a city, that city kind of atmosphere, and the top one is incredibly quiet. Okay.
Okay.
And that's the best way to describe it. And they're broken up into nodes. Yes, they're broken up into nodes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
3 nodes per level, as far as you understand how it all works. And the whole thing seems to be, the only way you can approach it, because it's actually built into the side of a mountain, one of the mountains of the Misty Mountains on the other side of Lake Miramar, is you can only approach to it from boat. Yes? Mm-hmm. Yes, and the whole complex itself is surrounded by water, and it's created inside, artificially created inside a huge, massive mountain cavity.
Ooh.
Okay? Okay, but it's well lit. It's well lit. The actual the rivers leading into it, the river that leads into it from the lake, is incredibly well lit. And there's lots of boats, and there's a lot of piers and jetties, and there's a lot of cranes and nets and cargo being lifted off and cargo being lifted on.
Right.
Okay. But there's a ship right there as well. Obviously, that keeps it.
So, just remembering correctly, so if Zabi wanted to find daggers, it would be on this floor. But for other stuff, it'll be on.
Yeah, the blade part.
Floor.
The blade part will be on this floor. Everything goes out. Everything goes out on the ground floor. But because of the concentration, the skills required, some objects may be taken to the second or third floor for design work or for enchantment and stuff like that, where there's less noise, and the higher you are up inside the smiths, the more skilled you are.
Okay.
So this is all semi-skilled kind of stuff. This is like low-skill stuff. That's why it's all like blast furnaces and hammering and beating, you know, like the anvil work and all that kind of stuff, all the metals.
Yeah.
And all the carving, the sharpening and all that kind of stuff will be done on the floors above, and then if there's any gemstones or any runes or any inscriptions need to be done, then they'll be done by scribes and jewelers that are on the top floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Zabi looks at the two and asks, so, what's the plan here then? Which stalls do we go first?
Well, the room you're in at the moment is this administration centre, and the best way to describe it is it's part warehouse, part distribution centre, a bit like a modern day kind of Amazon distribution.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, all of us asked random people in that animation
Weren't we directed into kind of like
21?
We were beginning to head there. We weren't actually
Yeah,
there.
we were.
Yeah, you're heading into 21. One of you was explained about the 3 layers, or 3 levels to the smith's construction, like factory. It's a factory.
Yeah.
And then somebody else, when you spoke to another person, was explained that each of the 3 areas is also divided into 3.
Mm.
Yes. So
I can't remember who was what.
So
well, we'll say we're all together and we're all speaking about the same sort of things.
yes,
We're all
Morwen's gone into the opposite
The
direction.
library area, yeah.
Yes, there's a library area for each one.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, like a records office for each
Yeah,
one.
so
Yeah.
Zabi, like I said earlier, asks Dúlintrast and Theo, so what's the plan then, you two? Which stores do we check out first?
Well, I mean, I've got to try to find something to do with this sword. I mean, I want to try to see if there's anyone around here first, and then I'll work my way up, because I've got to go to the next floor up as well.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you guys have to stay here and then go up, or what you guys are after.
Well, I'm probably going to be after some bows and arrows, which I've got told will be in the 2nd floor.
Yes.
I
But I'm going
do
up to the
also
2nd
feel
floor
like
as well.
I need some throwing daggers. So,
Well, I wouldn't mind getting some normal daggers. Not the throwing kind. But I'm also seeing if I can get these sandals, which I hold out in front of me, either repaired or, well, something completely different altogether. Because
I look at the sandals. What are they made of?
leather.
Yeah, you
If I
can
can't
probably
get them back to their owner like this. And I kind of look at the sandals and then I look at the guys with a kind of semi-funny face, like,
Well, maybe the 2nd floor might help, because I've got told that most of the leatherworks, woods, and such would
Lighter material.
be, yeah, soft materials.
So yeah, maybe, I mean, we all want to go for heavy stuff now? I mean, I'm going to go to the swords. I'm going to go and look into find out where swords is. You're more than welcome to accompany me, or you can go and explore your own.
it's probably an idea to all go together to the swords.
I second that.
Okay. I will then look over to 24, 26, and 28. What are these rooms? Are they doors, or are they?
They are hexagon-shaped rooms. Yes, there's 3 of them, and what it is each one of them is a smith's and a forge and like a smelting place as well. The one number 24 is actually a storage room, which is just literally hundreds of wooden crates, all piled on top of each other, all like around the room, actually around the sides of the room, as well as in the centre. And they've all got various obviously finished items in there. Yeah. Okay, so 26 and 28 are a blacksmith's and a forge.
And what about this one here? 50. Is that 30? 30.
30 is a huge almost like a scrap metal store. There's like lots of shelves. There's racks and racks and racks of shelves that go around the room and obviously fill the centre of the room as well, of various pieces of armour, various pieces of swords, daggers, various bits and pieces like that. And it looks like a giant recycling kind of scrap pile of stuff on different shelves. They all seem to be kind of organised as well, though. They all seem to be like well, they're kind of organised, but like the armour seems to be separate from the actual weapons. That's about as much sorting out these things have had. But it looks like some kind of, it looks like a recyclation or like a scrapyard kind of thing.
Right. Okay. Are they opened or are they like doored?
No, they're open. You can see what's going on inside. You can see that there's about 6 elves in that one, and about 6 in the other one as well. And they're either beating some metal, or they're heating metal, or they're actually melting and creating ingots of metal.
Okay.
Rightio. I will go to one of these doors. I don't really care which one. Which one looks like there's a person who's standing around that's not doing anything.
Everybody looks really busy.
Okay. I'll go to this one then.
Good luck with that one, Theo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody who's not.
In there, you're going into that hexagonal kind of room. You can see there's 2 doors off to the sides. And they in the center of the room there's a huge, again, hexagonal shaped kind of like a hammer press.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it seems to be like there seems to be a pull down hammer that somebody is feeding sheet metal through, and it's hammering it completely flat on a supersized anvil underneath it. Yeah?
Okay.
You can see that the metal that they're feeding through is gold.
Gold, you say?
Yeah, they're like what they do is they're taking ingots of gold. Yeah, like really, really chunky pieces of ingots of gold. Put them on the anvil, then dropping this huge, massive high press hammer down on this really large anvil, and it's just slamming them and squashing the gold out into massive 10-inch round circular discs.
Okay. I want to try to grab someone. Like, I'll literally just say to anyone around me, anyone got a bit of free time they can talk to us? I don't mind talking while you're working, if you can concentrate on 2 things.
You're talking about multitasking there?
And one of the elf turns to you and says, realizes that you're a Rohan, and
kicks me out.
First of all, wonders what you do, what are you doing here? Yeah, and wants to know, like, first thing he wants to know is what you're doing here and what do you want?
What am I doing here? Well, sorry, what are you guys saying?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, when the elf, like, how is the elf's demeanor? Is he like ticked at Theo for this?
Well, he normally just spends most of his time just like taking ingots, small.
No. Like, I'm asking, when he says this to Theo, like, what's his body language? What kind of tone is he saying it?
It's kind of like, well,
surprised to be like, what the hell are you doing there?
Wait, half surprised, but half cautious as well, as to wondering how much he's supposed to let Theo know.
Right.
Most of the point is, why is Theo in here? Well, because normally they don't allow any outsiders from outside Lorien inside the Smiths. I'm
seeing this, because I'm hoping I'm seeing this,
yeah.
say to the elf in his native tongue, we're guests of Galadriel who has allowed us to come here and do some trading as well as some bartering as well. We're wondering if you can help us, or have the time to help us.
What do you need help with?
We're looking for various items for a long journey ahead, or a possible long journey ahead. The Hobbit is looking for some bows and arrows as well as some throwing daggers.
Okay.
I myself am looking for some battling daggers, and I believe the Rohan is looking for, and this is where I break speaking in the Elven tongue and ask Theo in Western, what kind of sword is it you're looking for, Theo?
Well, I don't really know yet. I was trying to ask them before you interrupted in their own language and started talking behind my back.
It wasn't behind your back.
Here we go.
So I, obviously he was saying something and you wanted to reply, but having a conversation when no one else is going to understand you can be a bit rude.
Well, I do apologise for that, but it's best to speak to somebody in their native tongue.
Not if you don't know it, and I'm well aware that most elves know Western.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Well, anyway. Which type of sword? I mean, he's more than happy to help us.
I look to the guy. I want to speak to someone about either upgrading the sword or seeing if we can get a better sword.
If you're wanting a sword upgrading, and he looks at the sword that you've got like on your side there.
I've got 3 swords with me.
Okay.
I've got the silver sword, and I say I want it to be around about this good. Yeah. And then I've got the red bard sword, and then I've also got a mercenary sword.
Okay. If you're wanting it quickly, you'd be better off just searching through the what he refers to as being the scrap pile. That's not really scrap pile. What it is just it's a place of unwanted equipment.
Okay.
Okay.
Why is it unwanted?
It's equipment that has been created either by apprentices, like in training, which they just manufacture and spend their time doing, which hasn't been made to order. Yeah, so you have to think these elves, they work here day in and day out, and this is just one segment. So they do manufacture an awful lot of stuff. I mean, eventually it does windle its way out, and it windles its way into the outside world and gets used by people. But for the time being, we have them practice for like 700 or 800 years on their particular skill. And when you've got a group of elves doing that, like we're talking maybe 1,000 elves all doing that, day in and day out, they do accumulate a fair amount of stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of these rooms that they have, the larger rooms, are either storerooms or like stockpile rooms. And it's not that the rubbish, they're not like the rubbish items, it's just items that have been created by apprentices and artisans that have not been placed to order.
Have they been... I ask, have they been tested in the field? Like, are they...
No.
Okay.
None of them, obviously they've never left this place.
Okay.
But if you want it quickly, you're more than welcome to search through the what we call the storerooms, the stock rooms.
Well, how long does it take to usually produce one?
Depends on what you wanted to do.
If I give him the silver sword to look at, and then give him the red bard sword, and I say I want that one to be either as good as the silver sword or better.
He can't do anything. He shakes his head and he said he couldn't do anything with the bard one.
Right. Okay. Why is that?
Just the way it's been treated and the way it's been used.
Right. Okay. So it's better than just to get something quick and short, or get a whole new sword completely.
You get a whole new sword. A whole new sword completely will take about a week.
We do not have that much time.
I've got plenty of time. About.
We have 3 days.
I can come pick back up.
Yeah.
Theo, we have 3 days. We do not have a week to last.
I can come back and pick it up.
It means he could come back to Lorien and pick it up.
In the future. But I'm not there.
In the future, says a voice from the library.
Yeah, from the other side of the forest.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'll ask him then. Like, have you got anything where you have old metal that you want to melt down? Because I've got 2 swords here that aren't going to be any good.
He points to a round bucket kind of thing, not a bucket, but like a barrel, and he says if you just leave them in there, somebody will dispose of them.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll leave the red bard and the mercenary sword there.
Okay.
After. He said, he's inclining that yes, you could have something created, but it takes about a week.
Yeah, no, I understand.
That's 7 days. It takes a long time. But if you want something, like, you're more than welcome to be able to go and search through.
Can I ask him roughly what the pricing would be?
What do you want it to do?
Like, it's similar to the silver sword. If I got him to create a sword for me.
He says that he could probably manufacture a sword of slaying.
Sword of slaying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sword of slaying.
Yeah, what it does, what
it does is it does what it says on the tin. It slays.
It's an orc sword. Like orc slaying sword.
Okay. Yeah.
And in MERP rules is if you get a hit on it, the orc instantly dies.
That's a pretty cool sword.
Be,
Wait for the price.
Yeah, Zabi was muttering to
2,000.
herself.
Eh?
Zabi was just muttering to herself, well, that could be useful for someone with swordplay.
That's going to be expensive, I bet.
But yeah, what's the price?
41,760 gold.
Wow.
What the fudge?
Yeah, I had a feeling it's going to be expensive here.
Yeah, and that's 41,760 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a sword of orc slaying. That's a broadsword of orc slaying. So
that's a sword that pretty much kills one shot every time.
If you hit an orc, and if you do a critical A to E, then the orc's dead.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool sword.
If you just do hit him and just do hit point damage, then that is carried as normal.
How the hell do people ever get that much money in this game?
That's 41,760 gold.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
I don't even have that much.
I think I'll probably be looking in the scrapyard.
Or just steal it.
No, we won't do that.
Theo has a bit more physical.
Speak for yourself.
So yeah, there you go. Anyway, there you go. It's but that's
guys
orc
try to
slaying.
steal from here.
No. I was saying speak for yourself when Zabi says, "Oh no, we won't do that. We won't steal it." And I was like,
That was out of character, by the way.
That's the
yourself.
higher end. That's the higher end of an item.
Yeah.
That's
That's
like
pretty cool.
Yeah, if you just swing it at summer and if you cut them, then
Well, then-
they just drop dead next round.
Can I ask how much this this silver broadsword is? How much is this usually?
Double hit point damage.
Double hit point damage does a C critical to undead.
Yeah, see impact or crush. Yeah.
Yeah. Impact, I think it was actually. Impact. So
See
what's that?
additional see impact critical on undead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's bone shattering. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so like what's that usually worth? Like what's this sword worth if someone was coming to buy it?
Okay.
Oh wow, okay. Pretty cool. Okay. Pretty cool.
I'm curious of what he just got.
I say thank you and I put that one back in my sheath.
Okay.
Okay, so after, like, Theo are Lee, are you kind of satisfied? Okay. After Theo's kind of done, I then take one of the two daggers that I have on my boots out and say, I was wondering if I can like either trade this in for an elven make dagger. Is that possible?
Scrapyard.
Scrapyard. Trade it in. What type of dagger is it?
I think it's
a normal steel.
Yeah.
It's a normal steel dagger, so it's like just the basic off the shelf piece of metal.
Found in a cupboard.
Found in a cupboard.
Found in a cupboard.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, it's nothing. He
Nothing
probably wouldn't trade it in. It'd be like drop it in the barrel.
Okay.
Yeah. Smell it.
Well, in that case, I say I'm more than happy to drop this, but I'd like two to replace it. You know, like one for each boot.
It'll take a week.
Do you guys not have daggers, like just like combat daggers?
Yeah, they're in the storeroom.
Okay. How much will they be?
What do you want them to do?
I just want them for fighting with close quarter combat.
Metal.
Well, what are my options here?
Okay, he explains the way things work in this place is, you are in the gold section.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ooh, gold section. Oh, is that why there's gold there?
You are in the gold section, yes, or the yellow metals section. Yes. There's two other sections in this area. There's one that deals with brown metals, or metals that go brown. Yes, and there's what we call the grey metals section. So mithril, silver, platinum, all kind of stuff is in another section. The white metals. Okay, you're in the gold metal section, okay?
What's the brown metal?
Brown metal's like bronze, copper.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay?
Of course, it's like, yeah. I was trying to think, what's a brown metal?
Copper.
Yeah.
Copper,
Copper, bronze, that kind of stuff. And the bronze and the copper one also take in iron and steel and tin. So the less valuable metals. Okay. Each of these areas has an administration section, and they have like a stockroom surplus to requirements section. Yes. Each of these sections has a forge and a like a smith area, an actual construction area. Yes, as well as a place for storing items ready to ship.
Okay.
Around about this area also there is various like what they call vault rooms, like vaults that are actually like with big iron, huge doors, which lock various precious things away. So all these sections, these 3 actual giant nodes, are all mirror images of each other. The only difference is what metals they work in. So you have a choice on the type of metal that you want to be able to use. You can also have daggers with wooden blades.
I don't think that's going to help much.
against vampires.
And you can have daggers with glass blades.
Which ones will do the most damage?
They'll all do a fair amount of damage if you throw it at something.
Well, I'm not intending it to be thrown at something. I'm intending it to be used as a close quarter combat kind of weapon.
General all-purpose metal one will do the job, but not gold.
Okay, so not gold.
No, you can use mithril or silver, or you can use steel, or you can use bronze. Is a bit rubbish.
How much would the mithril cost?
Mithril bladed dagger.
Yes.
If it's just going to be a plain and simple mithril bladed dagger, just like no magical properties, no wards or guards or anything like that. He says...
I'm kind of more or less next to Dúlintrast, so... No, I want to know the pricing of this as well.
I'm dreading looking at this.
Yeah,
What?
Jai.
Hell.
Jai, how much?
Hold on.
Just type it to me and...
Yeah, 1 sec.
Yeah, okay.
I don't even think I've got that much. Okay, where are you? Where's honeyjade?
Estelle at this time is busy trying to navigate her way through a very, very vast and ancient records archive.
Yeah, all day long.
That's for mithril, though. That's for mithril.
Remember, I'm looking for names. Those names.
I know what names you're looking for.
I already have one half, and I'm going to the other half. The things.
Okay, Dúlintrast.
So how much would the I'm trying to think, what's the next step down from mithril?
Either than
Silver,
gold, because
probably.
gold will be crap silver.
So, how much would the silver be if it was the same idea? No enchantment.
Just no enchantment, just a silver dagger.
Just silver daggers. 2
of them.
2 silver daggers.
2 silver daggers.
Well, you could always just ask a price of 1 and double it.
Well, yeah.
You might get a discount.
Yeah.
You might get a discount.
Oh no, you see that's.
Buy one get one free.
That's for 2. That's just straightforward silver daggers. There's nothing special about any like 2 silver
Is
daggers.
it an elven design on it though?
There'll be some kind of like a maker's design on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll take about a week.
Damn it! Why are they taking about a week? This is terrible. I want daggers that I can take and pay for and go.
Yeah, well, he says that there's the storerooms. You can check through the storerooms. There's a lot of equipment that's just like manufactured and shelved in there.
Okay, well, I thank him and
It's not in any particular order, mind, so you might need to do a bit of searching.
Okay, I thank him and I head towards the storeroom.
Okay, Zabi.
So is the storeroom number 50 or is it number 24?
30.
I think all of you, if you ever want anything metal, you should just go to the storeroom and then go upstairs for arrows.
This go upstairs for arrows, yeah.
Just that little hint. Just the little hint there.
Estel did yell.
Nobody was listening.
Because you're all asshole.
Maybe you didn't yell loud enough?
I
don't
yelled
know.
when you were leaving the harbour for the place. Come on.
Silly Billy.
So you seen you see what's going on around you, and yes, you're in a gold processing plant.
Right, I would actually like to ask him for small pieces of metal, small pieces, basically like a small blade of some sort.
Yeah.
How long would that take? I know you say that it would be a week for most of them, but if you wanted to make, like, I don't know, just a really small blade that you can throw at an enemy.
A small blade that you could throw at somebody.
Yeah.
Dagger size or smaller?
You look at dagger or smaller, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a dart?
Something like that, maybe?
Just a metal rod.
No!
Cannonball.
No,
An ingot.
Well, not an ingot, but like a dagger, but slightly smaller. Like
Shuriken stars.
shut up.
What? Something small you can throw.
Yes.
It probably wouldn't take them long. It depends what metal you were making it from.
Let's say silver, for example.
Silver, white metal. You could probably... It'll take a couple of days.
A few days.
It'll take a couple of days. You'd only get one, and it'll only be really small.
Okay. So only a small piece like that will only take a few days, and then...
Yeah, take a few days. Take a few days for just something small to be made. The elves, they're not like humans, blacksmiths. They don't just beat the shit out of things just for the sheer hell of it. They take their time in crafting something, and if they find a deformity in it, partway through the construction, they'll destroy the item and start again from scratch. They do everything in the minutest detail, and they take exquisite care over it. They don't do things just for the sake of doing things. Everything that they do, create, grow, or try to manufacture or write down, everything like that, they do in the tiniest of detail.
Right, because I was thinking just have like only a few.
No, 2 days to an elf is nothing. It's just like half an hour's work.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I could probably use like a small blade to throw, just like a disposable type of blade, at an enemy, just sneakily. So it could be either like a distraction or just basically pin them down.
Well, it sounds a bit Zabi. It'd probably be best to look in the storeroom as well.
Storeroom.
Yeah, probably. The
storeroom. There's three storerooms on this level. There's 3 storerooms on this level for metal.
Yeah, I mean we're going. The one in this area, I presume, is for gold stuff. And, like,
it's an assortment. It's an assortment. Like items, like he explains to you, although this is the gold processing area, what they do is they create ingots and maybe pass the ingots up to the jewelers.
Right. So can I ask, where would the storeroom be for the silver? For the silver blades and such.
He points back across the actual landing, this landing area here, into what we call a central area, which he says what this is it's a column. That's a solid column of marble which can be raised and lowered, and that acts like an elevator which will take you up to the next floor if need be. You just go and stand in the middle.
Right, okay.
And it periodically kind of, like at certain intervals, at certain moments, it'll rise and it'll lower itself. And it goes up to the second floor, then up to the third floor, then back to the second, and back to the third again. Like, it does that in a cycle. You want to be straight across from there.
So straight across and upwards?
Yeah, just straight across, and he says, "Good. So if you just go straight across, back to the center, the center's called the conclave, and then you want to turn to the left, and then keep going straight ahead. You'll know you're going in the right direction because the actual the metal that they work on is actually embedded into the floor.
Okay.
Okay, so you look underneath your feet, you'll see small little flakes of gold that seems to have been like trodden over the thousands of years into the stone.
Yeah, Zabi is actually picturing this in mind.
Yes, because it's been trodden into the floor. All the little specks of gold's been trodden into the floor, and in the silver and white section, obviously, be the silver, the platinum, the mithril, all the grey metals.
So, if we wanted to find the white metals, as you say, then we just have to take this route to the left.
Yeah, go back where you came from. Go back into the central conclave.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Obviously, make sure that there's no elevator, like the elevator floor is there, or just walk around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
And then just keep the left hand side, go down the first corridor, the first tunnel.
Yeah, and the storeroom would be in which direction?
It should be on the right hand side.
Right hand side. Okay.
Yes.
That is very good information. Thank you very much.
Okay. But yeah, if you want white metals, it's that way. But you can tell which section you're in because you can see the actual flecks of metal has been trodden into the ground underneath your feet.
Okay.
Over thousands of years. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Estel.
Yes.
You've been trudging around inside these archives.
Mm-hmm.
And you've come across a few pages of information.
Yes.
In various sections, yes?
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that you can dig up with in relation to that particular topic.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes. The library is very large, it's very vast. It doesn't just store records, it stores artifacts as well, and paintings and things like that. Is there anything you want to try and find or possibly look up, or?
What I said about earlier, the names of those things, those topics, and just if they come up in the each section, because can you remind me again, because the level, because my writings got rubbed out and I tried to remember from memory. This was elf, this was non-elf, and this was like secret.
Yeah, this was an administration center and a guardhouse.
Yeah, I remember that.
It descends down. It actually, you walk across like a wooden walkway between from this is in the center of the island, the center of the lake. Yeah. And you approach it on boat, and from a jetty, a platform, and then this goes across the water into a building.
Yes.
And the first floor is Elven history. Yes, the first floor is Elven history. The second one is non-Elven history, and the third level, this is going down.
Yes.
Is unknown stuff, just classified.
Oh yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, classified stuff. You realize that this this building itself is because you approach it on the actual top floor. You approach it on the actual floor 4, so you're going down through the floors.
Yes.
Yes. So this one, the classified stuff, is actually under the lake.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So you got Elven, which is the one that's actually just there on the water level itself, equal to the water level, which is the one that most people use. Most of the elves have frequent access to. The non-elven stuff, only the administrators and the scholars have access to that one, really, because it doesn't have as much access as much use as what this one does. And this one, nobody has access to apart from just a few, very few people. So, what is it you want to search for first?
Damn it. Oh. The names I said about.
Yeah, which one first?
Oh, crap. Okay. I guess I'll just put it in order then.
Go on then.
I'm also worried on what's in the classified may be useful.
In the what?
I'm also worried if the classified has 1 or 2 people that may be useful.
Well, and an interesting point, do you have clearance to go to the classified?
I know there's one area where it's locked and I have to ask someone to open it.
Yeah.
So.
Is that the classified area though?
Oh,
But that's in the classified, yeah.
Oh yes.
Right.
Because I need to think what stuff that I wouldn't be able to just Google and just say, oh, I still found that thing. I don't know if it is worth like searching them up. The other ones, other possibles. Jeez. I think those. I don't know. I really don't know.
That it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I should start looking at other things and actually give you more of an answer. Those are the first stuff that I said, so that I know.
Okay, well.
That was.
Okay, so you have to be in a certain section for you to be able to do that. Yes.
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 I thought to be aware for that once. Yes. Even though I know about this guy, but I don't think Estel does. Did you get it? Did you get my type?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, good. The typing is real. The typing is real.
That's real.
I'm gonna let it get back to you guys so you can finish shopping.
There we go. You can work on that one to begin with.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
What? I don't know, like maybe it's because it's the way it was typed. I need to read it again.
Read it again. Okay guys, so, Theo, where are you at? You're here.
Well, yeah, I say like, it's going to
take you about a week to get a sword made. It'll be a sword of orc slaying. That's on the high end of the scale.
No, that's cool. I've turned around and I said, look, I'll see what you got in your scrapyard bit.
Scrapyard bit. I won't call it a scrapyard bit.
Whatever, whatever he called it, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's just a surplus to requirements room.
So I've turned around and I said, look, what I'll do is I'll just go and have a look in your storage rooms. And I turned to Zabi as I go past, and I asked Zabi...
Not that one.
I was going to say, if you want to look in this one as well, because he said it's a mismatch as well.
It's mismatched, and he explains the reasons why it's mismatched is because some items, when they're actually finalised, could have been to multiple floors. Yeah. So, for example, if you wanted a dagger or something like that, and the last floor it was on the wooden floor because it received its actual handle or engraving, then it would be stored on that particular floor. It'd just be left on that floor. Every couple of centuries or so, they do have a clear out.
Okay. So, I mean, it won't hurt just to have a look. And we don't have to pick anything. We can just keep walking around finding what we want.
Yeah, because it's pointless taking something that's completely useless to you. It's going to give you like a massive disability to being able to use.
Yeah, so it doesn't hurt just to look.
Okay.
I guess that's true. I did also ask where the storage room would be for the white metals as well.
I was standing behind you.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like you were standing behind me.
There's three storage rooms. There's 3 storage rooms on this floor. One for each of the metals. There's an assortment of...
They're all mirrored. All these facilities are mirrored, so the storerooms are going to be in the same location on every floor.
Pretty much, yeah.
More or less, yeah. But we have to keep an eye on the flooring to know which one... We have to keep an eye on the floors.
Yeah.
Because what the smith told me is that we could tell the difference by the type of flooring that we're on.
It's pretty good. I mean, don't tell Estel, because she will be on her hands and knees trying to scrape up all the little bits.
I can imagine that, to be honest.
Same for Dúlintrast, actually. I'm surprised he hasn't looked down.
Started chiseling the ground.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the flooring for this part is obviously the golden area. So that would make sense because obviously in this area it's all the gold metals.
Yeah, the yellow metals.
Yeah, the yellow metals.
Yeah, so gold, brass, that kind of,
Yeah. So if we were actually looking for metals for like silver and stuff like that, then we'll go to the white metal section. If we look on the floor, it would indicate that.
That's good. I mean, we're not ever going to get lost. That's fine. But as I say, I mean, it doesn't hurt just to look in the room. You never know.
I will definitely look down to each floor and keep a memory of that.
Yeah, it's just an indication, but there's not necessarily to say that you won't find any silver stuff or mithril stuff or platinum stuff or.
I know.
Here, if it has received some element of gold in its design at some point, then the chances are, if it was last used in the gold shop or in the gold section, then it will be shelved here. But occasionally, what they do is they do have a sort out every couple of centuries or so, and they do try to return items back to the original, like where they're designated.
Understandable.
Yeah.
No worries. As we walk into the same room that Dúlintrast ran into.
Yeah, apparently, knowing him.
I didn't run in there. I walked in there.
Ran in there.
Like briskly. You're like briskly.
I get the free toys.
Okay, I just want to make it clear. I didn't run in there. I walked.
Don't run pointy things.
It's fine.
God, little children always running with pointy stuff.
Children are older than you.
Oh, lol.
Lol.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll go in the same room now.
Yeah, we'll go in the same room.
You can have a look around.
Okay, you're inside this room, and there is literally shelves of an assortment, a mix-up of armor and of weapons and of tools as well. There's lots of small, there's large boxes of things sticking out of them. There's small boxes, seem to be all stacked up on shelves, like multiple ones as well. Crates, very crudely made crates, and some very elaborate boxes.
Is there somebody in this room?
There's numerous people moving around, and they all seem to be either like searching through stuff or putting stuff on shelves, but it doesn't seem to be any particular order. All you can tell is that there seem to be...
It's all jumbo jumbo.
It's all kind of like there's a space for it, it's been put here, but there is some kind of order to it to say whether it is armor or weapon. Or, and then there seems to be a section for miscellaneous items as well.
Right. I will...
Whereabouts are the crates in the room?
God damn it.
Sorry?
Whereabouts are the crates in the room? Sorry.
Around the edges of the room.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as the guys see me, they see me kind of like running up towards the crate and jumping up onto it.
Don't run in the sharp, pointy area. You might fall and stab yourself.
Zabi just shakes her head at the kind of childish behaviour that she's seeing at the moment.
It's not childish. I want to see if it's in the box.
Okay,
but doing that is childish.
There's lots of different sized boxes. Some of them are really roughly made. Some of them are very elaborately made. There's pieces of armor, all different types of armor, just all like laid out on shelves or piled up in different various areas of the shop. There is different miscellaneous items as well, just like a whole jumble of different types of weapons. And then there's lots of what we describe as like blades. But they all stacked, laid out on very long shelves. Okay?
Theo goes and stands in front of the armour and has a look through all the armour. I know it's not what he originally came in here for, but hey, what the hell.
Do we know which one is which though?
You can get a general idea by saying, oh, this is a pile of helmets.
I am going to ask one of those elven people and specifically ask, do you know which crate would have blades in it, such as swords, daggers, so on?
He points to a section where they're just literally all blades. But if you're looking for like a scimitar, or if you're looking for a broadsword, or looking for a rapier or anything like that, they're just all in there.
Okay. I look over to Theo and say, Theo, I think the swords are over this way.
No worries, I'm in no rush.
I know, it's just I want to try my best. I just wanted to help out.
In front of you, you can imagine. In front,
that's great.
Like, around the walls are all these giant crates with and they're stacked at least 10 high. And then there's piles of, pieces of armor and stuff like that, and helmets and things like that. And then there's various swords and blades and things like that, just laid out in huge runs, as well as like javelins and spears and all that kind of stuff and all. but they're all kind of all mixed up. They're not in any particular order. Okay.
So we have to kind of look through carefully then, if that's the case.
Yeah, you might need to take your time to actually go through.
Can I look at some helmets?
You look in the armor. You can see there's an armor section. You can look through it if you want to, and you cast your eye across various things.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay, roll the dice.
Oh. Where are the dice? Where are they?
Roll dice, open-ended roll.
94.
Okay, the first thing you come across, what you see, okay?
Yep. It's a dead man's head.
No.
We didn't clean out here.
Come on.
Actually, that was a pretty good roll for me as well. 94.
I know.
You know there's not going to be any... Yeah.
Did you have a roll for once?
And it's for something not that important.
Oh, if it's a perception thing, I still have my plus 50 to it. If it's perception.
It's not perception, it's just random artifact roll.
Good.
Okay, it's black.
A breastplate. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow. So what's it look like? Sorry.
It's black.
Can you tell like the detailing on the actual the frame when is it like plate? Is it? I'll go up to it and I'll tap it and all that crap and look at it and examine it properly.
It feels like it's like Kevlar leather.
So that, what would that be classified? Almost a rigid leather.
Yeah, very rigid leather.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Is there anyone around that I can ask about it?
No, there's nobody about. This place is incredibly noisy and a lot of people are very, very busy making stuff.
Now, when I look at it, is that what I think it looks like? It looks like a breastplate of what you've typed?
Yes.
But I don't know actually what it's made out of.
It's made out... Well, you assume it's made out of some black, like, leather, ish style.
Okay.
Armour, some sort of like that.
Am I able to pick it up off whatever it is on and just turn around and show, look at this, and like show everyone?
Yeah, you can show everybody. Yeah, you pick it up and show everybody.
Yeah, I do that. I pick it up, turn around, and how heavy is it when I pick it up?
It's incredibly light.
Cool. I turn around and I say, look, it looks like dragon scales.
Wait, what? Dragon scales?
I know, look, it feels really light. It feels like leathery stuff, but it's like, it looks like dragon scales, but it looks really cool. But it feels really...
I can turn, look,
Can
and then
I-
look back.
Can I actually try and figure out what this might be?
Yeah, you could try.
Okay, so...
What are you doing to try and figure out what it is?
Yeah, what it is. 6.
Are you skilled in recognising armour?
No, but I'm willing to try.
Okay.
65. What would that be then? 65 plus
Your intuition bonus.
intuition.
Yeah, intuition total.
Where's that?
Whatever it is at the end. The plus whatever it is. On your stats.
It's on your stat.
Oh, right, intuition.
Yeah, the last number.
The total bonuses.
The total.
Fuck.
Bonus total.
60.
So what?
My intuition.
It's 60 because my intuition is a freaking minus.
Okay, well you can tell that it is, it's not dragon scales, dragon skin.
It's skin.
Dragon skin. Yeah.
Theo, this is skin.
It's not dragon scale. It's not official, it's not like it's not dragon scale, it's dragon skin.
Wow, dragon skin.
Yeah, dragon skin.
That's pretty disgusting.
I'm feeling I filled myself
Like
up
dragon
out
leather.
of
Dragon leather, yeah.
I filled myself up out of the crate that I'm currently leaning into to see what's in it and shout. It was probably made from that last dragon that was killed about 60 odd years ago. Smaug, his name was, I think.
Smaug.
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 Smaugy.
You know, apparently ticked off some dwarves or something.
You can't
What
tell
if Zabi have heard of that tale? I don't know if I asked that before.
She may be off. A lot of people have heard of that particular tale. It's fairly recent in, like, it would still be a tale that's been told around the taverns.
I think my dwarf.
Did they mention a hobbit in it though?
There might have been rumour, or there might have been mention of a hobbit, but mostly about dwarves and elves.
Mm.
If I remember correctly, that story mentioned possibly a hobbit as well, besides dwarves. Wonder who that was.
I mean, I know nothing of a hobbit in it, but I remember the elves and the dwarves.
Yeah, elves.
Well, you know me. I'm a hobbit.
It's dragon.
Oh yeah, I know hobbits.
It's dragon leather. That's basic. It's a dragon leather breastplate. You don't know what it does or what properties it has, but it's incredibly light. And you don't know. You cannot tell when it was constructed, so you can't tell its age either. But remember, everything in this room has either been manufactured by a trainee or an apprentice or an artisan, and it hasn't been claimed. That could have been centuries ago, you don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I put it back on the shelving unit. Okay. And then I sort of walk over to where the swords and that are meant to be.
Okay.
Actually, I want to walk down the more aisle, like more of the armor aisle. Okay. I'm looking at a helmet. I want to find a really funny looking helmet, to be honest.
Okay.
I want to join Grog.
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 Okay, so, Dúlintrast.
Yes.
You're rooting around in a box of just weird things.
Sharp needles.
While standing on another box.
Standing on another box, yes. Roll the dice.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to have to zoom out for this.
You have to what?
Zoom out.
Oh, zoom out then. Zoom out. You find yourself a small little, looks like either a hobbit or a dwarven hammer.
Hammers. Right. Move it aside.
Okay, it looks like it's fashioned from some kind of black iron.
Call out to Zabi and say, Zabi, do you want a hammer?
I will bloody pass, thank you very much. I can't even lift a single sword.
Okay, I keep looking in this box.
Okay.
Is it a two-handed hammer, sorry?
No, it's a one-handed. Looks like a dwarf hammer or a hobbit's hammer. It's certainly not a person's hammer, like a human's hammer. Like, or an elf hammer.
Is it like a hammer to hit things with, or is it a hammer to make things?
It's a hammer to batter things with, usually living things.
Okay.
Looks like a very small battle hammer.
I'm still around in this box. So.
You're still searching around. Zabi, what are you searching for?
I am searching for like small types of like daggers, like that I can like dispose and throw at enemies and stuff. So that will be in the blade section, yes?
Yeah.
So I go over there, and I look carefully through the boxes. Do I see any small blades that could be possible for throwing?
Small blades. There's several small blades. You can say what you do see. You do see, which I think is incredibly unusual.
Okay. You typing this to me, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Holy shit, I picked that up.
Okay.
I go and reach and pick that up. I examine it more.
Okay, yeah. It's exactly like that. It's got that kind of blade to it. The handle is it looks like it's a silver and gold kind of handle to it. There's no wood or no leather on it at all.
Right. But that is like an unusual type of blade to me, yes?
It would be an unusual type of blade to anybody.
I call out to Theo.
Yellow.
Theo, take a look at this dagger.
Look at it. What is it?
Zabi holds out a small, it looks like it's no bigger than a letter opener, but excellent for a hobbit.
Okay.
Dagger. It's got a hilt, like a handle of gold and silver, and it looks like it's kind of interwoven design. But the blade to it is only about 4 inches long. but it's a glass blade.
Is it a fancy letter opener, or?
Well, to a hobbit, it could be useful for something else.
To a human, it'd be a letter opener.
Yeah.
But for a hobbit, it would be something completely different.
It's a pretty cool looking blade. I've not seen a glass blade before, I don't think.
It's a glass blade.
I mean, would it shatter on the impact? I mean, it's probably something you probably don't want to throw at someone, is it?
I don't know, honestly.
I mean,
I really don't know. But it is an interesting design, I have to say.
It is. Maybe hold on to it for now, and we'll find out if anyone can tell us about a glass blade or what it does.
I think that might be the wisest decision.
Theo's wise today.
Wise today. He's in a place with he's in a scrapyard and he's picking stuff up, and I don't know what it does. Matter where it looks good.
Can I, if Zabi's holding the blade up, is it in a sheath or is it out? It's out of the sheath.
It's in a sheath. It's in a black sheath.
Okay.
Can you take it out of the sheath very quickly?
Sure. I pull it out of its sheath.
He's wise because I'm not there.
You pull it out the sheath, and it is a small, very ornate, beautifully decorated gold and silver handle. There's no wood or leather on it. It is just gold and silver, and it's got a glass blade. It's about 4 inches long and about 1 inch wide.
What does the glass blade colour look like? Is it see-through?
It's transparent.
Transparent.
Okay. I mean, just keep hold of it. Maybe they can tell us about it, and
I definitely would like to know more about this type of thing.
It might just be an ornamental blade. We don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd say keep hold of it so find out.
Yeah, sure. But I'm guessing this kind of dagger would be expensive.
Probably, but I don't think we're going to say anything about buying him after this place. I think if these are discarded or rejects, I don't think they're going to care how much, or even want money for them.
Zabi just gives
I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so we'll keep it as quiet as possible.
Zabi just gives the slightly smart, but okay, let's try look. Because I think for her right now, Theo seems to be more open to her, so at least that's what she thinks.
We might be main weapons. I'm always happy when weapons are around.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when Estel's not around, I guess.
Well, that's not true. Not always.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. It's not always true.
Not always. Yeah.
We've had fun moments.
Yeah.
Right.
Theo's talking to the wind.
Anyway. I still look through a bit more in the crate of the blades and such. You want to take a look as well, Theo?
Yeah, I'll continue looking around for. I want to have a look, see what we've got around.
Estel.
Yeah.
You are going through some record finding.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the same place all day long, you know.
Yeah, but you're moving from room to room and you're moving from section to section.
Yeah.
Well, further than we have.
Yeah.
Well, it's literally just, hey, this is a bunch of documents, go wild, and I'm going wild.
Yeah, there is some limitations though.
Yeah, it's just a record place. It's not going to have everything.
It's not going to have every answer and every backstory to everything in here.
Yeah. Literally, this is probably the next part that I find in my scribblings. Note-taking part 2. When I go through the places, what stands out in terms of
marble floor?
Not just how pretty and white and the marble floors.
It's really, really white. There's marble floors, but there seems to be some kind of a tapestry of storytelling,
woven into the
floor itself. Yeah. The bookshelves themselves are beautifully dark, a beautiful dark wood carved. And there's the elven indexing system is carved into the end of the bookshelf, to make it easy to discover stuff like that. There's lots of nice little writing desks and writing bureaus, and there's comfortable, lavish seats. There's definitely silence everywhere you go.
It's definitely stuff that I'd be using. What is like on display in terms of like, because you said there's like art and artifacts,
there's sculptures and things like that. There's statues, there's pieces of artwork, there's artifacts of personal artifacts belonging to Galadriel Hill and her family, her ancestors and stuff like that as well.
Oh, that's cool.
There's various weapons, pieces of armor.
What?
Portrait, yeah.
Is there
there's various paintings and tapestries and things like that, but there is various things. There's also like it's very much like Rivendell. It's got a complete collection of fauna and flora, like taxidermy kind of stuff as well.
Oh yeah, I just remember. I don't know if you remember that. I wrote this down to you. That like, would there be like a publication on like all the released publications by my house, like the books I have? Wispa.
You mean your house, your book of dreams and your book of herbs?
Yeah.
There might be some kind of a record of them being written, or when they were.
Yeah,
written.
that's what I mean. Yeah,
there might be.
Maybe even the authors. Yeah, that's another thing that possibly might be in the elf section.
Still looking through the elf section. You've actually had to return back to the elf section to look some information up.
Yeah.
Yes. It's in a subsection. Okay.
Well, the thing you sent me.
Yes.
Or the thing I sent.
No, you didn't know the thing that I sent you. You found in a subsection. Okay. Not a great deal of information inside this subsection, but there is some information which you can uncover, but that's about it. That's the limitation on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Theo.
Yeah.
You just gone over and spoken to Zabi, and you've seen her pull out this small little 1-inch at the hilt, and it goes to a very, very, very fine needle point. It's clear glass. Looks incredibly sharp. But it's very, very short. It's only about 4 inches long.
I mean, out of Theo's knowledge, will he know anything about glass being used as a weapon? I know it's been used as decorative. So it is something that probably isn't used as a weapon, but as a decoration or an ornament.
Possibly.
Like a ceremony blade shit thing. English, come out, yeah.
I know what you mean, yes. Your common sense is telling you that it's very impractical to use that as a weapon, but experience in the last few months has also taught you that the elves make some weird shit.
Yeah. yeah, that's what I was told.
Yeah, they make some weird stuff. I'm saying this as if Theo would actually think it.
Yeah.
You need a counter for
No, I'm saying this from the viewpoint of how it could be anything, and
weird.
It doesn't come as any surprise to Theo that the elves would actually consider making a small little, possibly letter opener sized dagger with a glass blade.
That's fine, fair enough.
But then at the same time, it wouldn't surprise Theo if it was like a world-dominating, self-destructive flipping, kill everything bomb. You know what I mean?
That's why I've told Zabi to keep hold of it anyway for now. We'll find someone to explain it.
Don't know what it. Yeah.
Explosive arrows.
We'll get there. We're not even out.
We'll get there eventually.
One more look for weapons this time.
No, I was joking about the dagger being able to do magic explosive arrows.
Okay, but
I'm looking either for broadswords or polearms.
Well, that's where roughly Zabi is kind of.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Broadswords or polearms.
Yeah. So if there's a shield in there, I'm not really paying any attention to it. I'm looking for more polearms, broadswords.
Okay. I'm going to say you probably have to wait till next turn because I'm going to make you search for a good while.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. So Dúlintrast.
Yes.
In this box, you found this small little hammer and you just thought, what use is that? You've dropped that back in the box. Okay.
Still looking in the box.
You're still looking in the box. You're surrounded by several boxes.
Actually, okay, I'll look in another box while I'm also trying to find a really good example of what I'm looking for. Okay, do I need to roll?
Yeah, roll.
Okay.
Six.
Wow.
So there's a
Such
box.
Well,
Such a great
Shit, I can't get the
roll.
roof off. Lid.
Well, he isn't
Oh.
strong.
Yeah, that lid's not budging.
This one says upside down.
This way up.
There's an awful lot of like. It looks like there's a lot of packing material in its straw.
Okay, I start to move very carefully. Start to move some of the straw out of the way so I can see what's in the box.
Okay, Zabi,
Yes.
you've been told, Theo has told you to keep your nice pretty little letter opener.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could find somebody to explain things a little bit better.
Yeah, I think from like that as a good idea as well, honestly. So I would do that. keep it with me at the moment. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do what Theo suggested. So I'm doing that action.
You're gonna keep
basically.
it. You just keep it somewhere safe, and then hopefully, maybe if you can find somebody that can explain what it is, and if it turns out to be a pretty ornate letter opener, then yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that to the first question or second question, Wispa?
Oh,
Sorry, I typed something back
yes to
and you
both.
just... Oh, it doesn't... Okay. Yes. It's just one yes.
okay,
Bless
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
sneeze
yes to
again.
both. Yeah, yes to both.
Yeah, I think other than that, Zabi is going to try and help Theo for looking for some type of blade that Theo might like. So.
Okay, roll.
2 ways. That looks a bit shite. That's even fucking worse.
Hey, we all swore at least one.
So that -5 to that.
No, I don't need -5. It's not intuition.
No, it's so.
searching. Yeah, you're just going along the shelves and it's just completely random.
It's a randomizer.
Fuck.
Oh, you swore twice.
Shut up. I swore more than once. You know that. Zed.
I know. I'm just counting.
Yeah, I'm just not saying it as my character. I'm saying it as a player. So.
Okay.
Yeah. that's fine.
Same with earlier for me.
Oh.
I couldn't spell.
Okay, I'm gonna. Wispa, I'm gonna send you an image, and I need you to tell me whether that would be something that we could find in the rooms that we're in. It's titled as something very specific, so yeah. I'm just throwing this out here.
So the shape and item
God,
he's
hang
looking
on.
for.
What, something like that?
Yeah, would we find something like that in the room that we're in?
If you search for a very long time.
Maybe not in the room we're in, but in the
whole
places.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to be very
Is
good at
that something that Nostriel, would she have something like that?
She might.
Now, there's something else I want to ask about that particular item. Is that a glass handle?
It's a glass handle, yeah. It's a glass. It looks like it's got a file or something like that, like a portion of liquid in the hilt of it. It's not uncommon.
And do you have to be what it's titled as to get one of them, or could somebody like myself, Theo, and Zabi pick up one? Like, do you have to be what it's titled to get one of them, or could myself, Theo, or Zabi pick up one?
if there's one available, if there's one in that room, then yes, you could pick one up. But
cost a
they
lot.
usually, you're talking about an elaborate amount of money. What he's talking about a dagger, a curved dagger blade with a glass handle, and inside the glass handle is where a potion resides. And what it is it's usually got a silver or a mithril crossbar. Yeah. And there's usually a healing potion or some kind of antidote or something like that stored in the actual hilt of the dagger. So it's got a glass dagger and it's got a potion inside it, and it's usually a way for them to be able to actually carry a potion inside the hilt of the dagger as well. Yes.
Yeah. Wispa, I'm going to examine that item that you just said to me.
Okay.
Okay. So, no, I don't want to flake. I do not want to flake.
You know that dagger you're talking about? It's like Sands of Times, isn't it?
Ah, shit! I get the freaking 4 again. Not even close to last time.
No,
no, I don't remember.
You can see that the box itself is a wooden box. It's got a blue felt inline, and it's got gold hinges and a gold latch.
It's a coffin.
It's only small. It's only about 3 inches by 3 inches in size.
It's a dwarf costume.
Shut it. Can I open it?
Yeah, you open it, and that's what you can see inside.
So I don't possibly think it's anything special then, in that case.
I can't tell you whether you think that or not.
Whether or not you think it might be special. This is why
you were in a warehouse with thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of like items and artifacts. Even if you said half of it was junk, it's like there's so much of it. It's like, where do you start? It's just like you can perceive it as being like, okay, that's what it is. It's a box with a nice blue felt inline with something inside it. It's cool.
For Zabi's, I'm gonna say for Zabi's viewpoint, she would think that it looked stupid stomach. She would definitely think that it was nice, but probably not something that would be useful in the future.
Okay.
So she's going to put that down.
That's fine.
Finally found an image of what I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Theo.
Yes. Can I roll now to have a look around?
Yeah, I'm going to fix my mouse pointer.
Can I roll?
Yeah, you're looking for swords, yeah?
Sword or it's a broadsword or a polearm. It doesn't have to be a broadsword. It's going to be a sword of some sort, like a long sword or a sword.
Sword of some description.
Yeah. So not like a two-handed sword, not like a big cutlass sword, but it'd be that sort of shape and size.
Okay.
Or a broad or polearm. That's what I've done.
I'll tell you what you come across.
70 whatever. 70.
I'm just going to say this right now. For me, I had shitty rolls tonight.
Yeah, 70 is not a great, but all depends where we look.
Ooh, okay, right. This could be. I'll tell you what. I'll describe it to you, and you can decide whether you think it's useful or not.
Oh, text describing or.
Yeah.
Text.
Okay, basically, I'm going to say what it is. It's basically a broadsword. It's a broadsword. Yeah. It looks very old.
Okay.
Yeah. But like at the point of it, there is a tooth.
A tooth.
A tooth, like a fang.
Okay. Like a long, pointy fang, like a venom sort of fang.
Something like that. You can't tell.
Not like a human's tooth.
No, not like a human's tooth. More like a wag fang or like a wildcat's fang kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Like saber-toothed tiger type.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing in my head.
At the actual like. It seems to be incorporated into the blade, and that actually the point of the blade itself ends in the point of the fang.
Okay. That seems weird. Like, so it's a broadsword, is it, or is it just a sword? Or
it's a sword.
can I go over to it and pick it up then and have a feel? What does the handle look like?
Pick it up. The handle is it's a dark wood, and it looks like it's got a silver snake. Yeah, wrapped around it, like spiraling around the handle of it, until the head of it is like at where the pommel would be, at the base of the sword.
So it's like almost throwing up a sword.
Pretty much.
I mean, it sounds like, from the way it looks, would sound like
it's
it's
the
something
snake
to do
head.
with poison.
The snake head would be where your hand, like the top of your hand is. Yes?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then coming out of the snake's, and looking at it again, it's like the snake's head is open, and the tongue of the snake is the whole of the blade. But at the end of it, you know when the snake's tongue is like forked.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a tooth there, like a fang.
How would that go in a sheath?
It doesn't come in a sheath. It's just there, just laid there on the shelf.
I mean, it looks like something that would be a poison weapon. How heavy? Because a snake.
It
can
might
have
be.
A poison, a venom
From the sounds of it,
from
it
the
might
fang.
be.
Everything indicates to me to be a poisonous weapon, so I want to pick it up very carefully, make sure not to touch it, a bladey bit, and
Just a bloody bit. Okay.
all the pointy tooth. I want to feel how heavy it is.
It feels fairly heavy. Like, it doesn't feel any heavier or lighter than your other swords that you've handled before.
Okay.
It's not super light or anything like that, you know what I mean?
I want to stare at it and contemplate about what the hell I'm going to do with it. If I feel like it's anything important, I need to think about this.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to think about it.
But yeah, it looks like it's got some kind of like a fang at the end of the blade.
Does the fang come, if I draw a picture here, does the fang come down like that? Oh, hang on, my mouse has stopped working. Crap.
Okay. The mouse has gone everywhere.
Let me do that again. Right, so if it's so the blade,
Yeah.
and then is there a point coming down like that, or is the point going across like that?
It seems to be pointing straight out.
So straight out, like, so it comes off the tip of the blade.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming off the tip of the actual snake's tongue. The snake's tongue looks to be about 28 inches long. Yeah.
And if I put it to the length of my broadsword, is it shorter or taller or what?
It's about the same. It might actually be about 3 inches shorter.
Okay, but it's not classified as a short sword or anything
No,
like
it's
that.
not a short sword. It's not like a cleaver or anything like that. It is a sword. It's just not as long as a full-length broadsword. It's not a long sword. And it's not a claymore. But it's not a short sword or a dagger either. It's kind of in between.
It's a bit in betweenish. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, that the actual cross hilt itself is a white metal. It's got it's like a white metal, and the cross hilt is the open mouth of a snake. Okay, so if you took a snake head and actually opened up its jaw, yeah, and then put the blade in its mouth, long ways on. But in this case, it's been fashioned into the very long, stretched out tongue of the snake is the blade. But it ends at a fang. It's actually a real fang. It's not like silver or platinum or anything like that. It is an actual real fang at the end of it. And it tapers off. It kind of like the width of the snake's tongue tapers off towards this fang. And the body of the snake actually spirals around on itself to make the handle of the blade.
Is there any way I can find out what the fang is made out of through any of my either herding or animal management?
You can do roll. Maybe you come across it before.
Because of I'm animal herding and I've got secondary skill in herding.
Yep,
cat.
go on. Roll. This will be interesting. It's a sheep fang.
God.
Wow.
I'd laugh if it was a sheep fang.
What do you get?
I haven't rolled for it yet. Hang on.
Go.
Need a flick.
Oh god, here we go.
Here we go.
It's a cow fang.
66.
Cows are vicious silver and Rohan.
Which
Do I
one do you want? Do you want animal herding or do you want your perception?
I mean, I would prefer my perception.
Okay, perception.
So
Did you get plus
is that
50?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what's that? 66 or something?
So that's 66 plus 50 plus 45.
Okay. So then, okay.
Was it worth
it?
it?
This is just on the fang, yes?
Yes.
Was it worth it, Lee?
Yeah. I've kept this plus 50 for 3 episodes.
Okay.
Yes, it's worth it.
Could have used it for something better.
It's a dog fang. Okay, yeah. So it's sort of going into the same motion that I'm already thinking of it.
Hey?
So it's already going through what I've already thought about it anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Aww.
That's cool. I mean, yeah. I might keep hold of it for now.
Okay, Estel.
Alright, next part of my research, man.
And cross this plus 50 off now as well.
Slowly getting all the last bits of things that I could find in that order that I put. I feel like I should have more, but I don't know.
Are you asking the right questions?
Am I? Am I?
Are you?
Am I? Are you?
Am I? No, are you?
Am I asking the right questions, man?
That is a question in itself.
No, am I asking enough? Do I need to ask more?
I think you've asked enough, just are they correct?
No, I think they are useful.
I didn't say they weren't useful.
You see, because it's knowledge, man. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge man.
Knowledge man.
Knowledge man.
It's not the same as Batman or
Oh.
Superman, Spider-Man.
By day, it's just a simple elf reading books, a librarian. By night, it's knowledge man.
I'm just shaking my head right now.
Writing your homework, helping you with those math problems.
I can actually handle my own stuff, thank you.
I got
Great. Knowledge man.
There you go.
That's one for the bloopers.
That's your next character in your next game.
I'm staying in.
I almost dropped my pen.
Oh god.
Ow! I hurt my hand in order to catch it.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to write down, what was it, like glass dagger or something?
Glass dagger.
That's what I'm calling it.
Yes, until we
By
find out.
the way, I'm still carrying that hairbrush from the carriage, aren't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't worry about it. I'm still
not a
carrying
hairbrush.
It's a
I'm
hairbrush.
still carrying my hairbrush from the room.
From the moon.
No, from the room.
Room.
Oh, from the... I thought you said the moon.
Yes, while we were here,
I was like, how did you get a hairbrush from the moon?
It was a gift from the man on the moon.
yeah, he threw it down at me and said,
He threw it down with the cow.
yeah, yeah.
And I jumped over the couch.
Dishing the spoon or something when they jumped over the moon.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon.
I haven't heard that song for such a long time.
It's such an old...
Oh,
it just
not when we were that's been around since we were kids, so...
I know, but I've not heard any new kids hear it.
No,
Like, I go past
because no one teaches
nursery rhymes.
nursery rhymes anymore.
Nobody teaches anymore.
Can I just clarify that Lee just said I've not heard any new kids hear it?
I think he means the younger generation
New
not
kids.
singing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. These new kids, they ain't hip with us.
I haven't heard any new kids hear it. Okay.
Prefer the old kids.
Yeah.
They've heard it.
Yes.
Yeah, they got the style.
Dirty secrets.
Ooh.
Dirty secrets, you say.
She's found the XXX restriction area in the library.
What?
You found the dirty porno.
Oh.
I can't even say that.
Elf Weekly.
Weekly.
Is that like Zoo or Nuts or whatever it's called?
Zoo
Playboy. Play elf.
Oh, Play Elf.
God.
Dated back in the year 1112. In the Second Age.
Okay, Estel.
Yeah, sorry.
That's alright. Estel, okay, Estel. So yes, you're working your way through digging up various records and information.
And now the last name. I think that's the last name. After this one.
The last name?
Yeah, the last name that I gave. Way back. Because now it's quite a list. It's in the classified section. Do I need to ask the person to open the door?
Yeah, it would be nice. You could try and break it down yourself if you want, but there you go.
I'll have to ask.
Okay.
She said that very actually.
Okay, you're wandering around these brightly lit corridors of white woods and dark woods and things like that, and very elaborate floors, lovely, beautifully painted ceilings, and looking up you can see that there's actually artwork painted into the ceiling, like ceiling artwork designs painted in the roof. You see one of the elf robed, very looks like a very young elf actually. Just putting some books onto a trolley and seems to be moving the trolley down the aisles and then disappearing down one of the aisles, like either removing a book or placing a book back on its shelf. Okay. You see him and you go up to him.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
Hi, I was told that I should ask someone if I were to need to look in the classified section to open it, if it's possible. If it's not possible, then I will stay away from there. But if it's possible...
You'd have to go and speak to his, his his mentor.
Okay, that's fine.
He goes away for a few minutes, and then he returns with his mentor. Looks like a much slightly taller, much older kind of looking elf. He comes over and he says, "You need access to the classified, what we call the classified archive." Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so he slowly descends you down into floor 4. It's like a spiral staircase heading down. You take the last couple of steps. It's a little darker down here, and it seems to be a little colder. Yes, and in front of you is a huge, old, black oak door with iron hinges and iron brackets and iron lock on it. It looks like it hasn't been opened in forever.
Jeez.
Okay.
And I'm cracking the door.
He takes out this huge ring of keys with these very large keys on it. Looks like the keys haven't seen the light of day for centuries. And he's looking at the keys and he seems to be turning them over in his hand as if he's trying to remember which one opens the door. And then he tries one, it doesn't work, and he tries another one, that doesn't work, and he says that must be this one. So he tries the third one, he turns the key, and the lock opens up, and the door, he slowly pushes the door, it opens inwards, pushes the door inwards, and you hear this creaking and groaning sound, and inside is a very dark vault interior. To the left hand side, as the door swings open, you can see that there is a small table and there appears to be some form of a lamp, and he reaches in and it's one of these it's got a little button on the side of it. When you press the button, it rubs a piece of flint up and down inside the lamp, and that causes it to actually spark and then ignite. Okay? So he passes you the lamp, and he says, these are the classified archives. There's things in those archives that go back like ages.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you slowly head into them. You're the only person down here.
Okay.
Okay? He says, when you're done, come and tell him that you're finished, and he'll be able to lock you back up again.
Okay.
Okay. There's no windows or the doors out of this place. There's just the central staircase.
Is it dusty or is it well kept?
There hasn't been. It's well kept. It's not dusty. It's not like not spiders or anything like that in it. It's just.
Oh yeah.
It's just hasn't been visited. Doesn't get as much frequent visiting as the first floor and the second floor. Because it's actually subterranean. It's actually you're actually under the lake now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's cold and it's dark, and it just feels as if it's like you can feel the water pressure on the outside of the building actually acting on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Whatever it was like placed down here or set to be down here, it's meant to remain down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So anything that's like sent to this place or sent to this particular place inside the building, it's like we'll put it there. We know it's there. And we'll just forget about it because in time it'll probably be forgotten about anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I'll look for that topic.
Okay.
I mean, like, was as I go to see if there's any like of that, like, is there anything that's like put on display in there, or is it just shelves of things?
There seems to be the shelves of things, but there's the shelves of things, and it looks like they're not so much books anymore. They're all scrolls. Yeah.
Mhm.
But there's several old boxes as well, look like chests. None of them seem to be indexed. None of them seem to be like. It doesn't look as if it's any particular order, but it looks like it's. If you've ever been like in the basement of a museum, where lots of finds are just being catalogued and just left there in crates or on shelves and things like that, and just all over the place. There's no.
It's the storage room of info.
Pretty much a storage room of information. It's like we know where it's at. It's somewhere safe. It's like it's like a warehouse 13 of like, of things. And you, like I say, it's dark. It doesn't feel hot. It doesn't feel cold. Stuff has been in there. And the curator says that stuff has been there for like centuries. It's been there for ages. So you can't really advise you as to where to begin. It's in there somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess it means that I have to start sifting through each to see if I can find stuff.
Yep. Start sifting.
Although if there's any, because I'm gonna just like look through and I'll probably see like glimpses of certain things, and if there's anything that catches my eye,
yep,
I'll look into it. But like, I don't mind if you just like type like, oh, there's something about that, and then if I'm like, oh wait, I want to look at that because that looks actually, because that's how I feel like how I would be looking through. I'll be like,
I know.
That's not that. That's not that. That's not that. Ooh, what's this? Kind of.
Yeah. But yeah, there's lots of things in this place. You've got a small little kind of oil lamp.
It's gonna be dark. So
it's dark in there. Yeah, there's no windows, no doors, or anything like that. It's not like, but you've got a small little oil lamp, which you can use to carry around with you and to examine and read, and search with.
Cool, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll be doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Theo.
Yeah. Hello.
You've got this nice silver, very ornate fang sword.
Yeah, I want to hold on to it for a little while and just try to find someone else who might be able to help me identify it. It's a problem not having any identify spells. So yeah, I turn around and I point to Zabi and I say, look, Zabi, there's a sword here and it's got a big fang on the end of it. Like a snake handle.
It's like a snake, yeah, it's a snake handle. The snake.
If Dúlintrast is around me, I show him as well.
Yeah, and the snake.
I say be careful of it because it looks like it might be something to do with poison because of the snake and the fang.
The snake's
And
mouth.
I know I'm not good at analysing weapons, but can I see what type of tooth that might be?
Oh, I can tell you what type of tooth it is if you wish.
I want to see. I want to try my.
It's a fang. It's not a tooth. It's a fang.
Well, whatever the type of fang is.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right, Zabi wants to try a guess what the fang is, or juice.
Oh god, okay. Roll.
Hang on. I need to switch the hand thing.
Because I've already come across this fang before, so I can tell you what it is.
I'm gonna flick it. Much better. 70. Is it minus my 5 again or something? Or...
No.
But yeah, it's 70.
Perception. 70. Okay.
70 plus.
Well, perception.
Yep.
70 plus perception. 60. Yeah.
60.
Yeah. So that is 130.
130.
Okay. Theo, what did you thought this fang was?
It's a spider fang. Why? What did you think it was?
I thought it was something else, but yeah, it is a spider fang. Probably
What did you think it was then?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Fang from a large creature.
Yeah, just some type of a large creature that maybe nobody knows. But yeah, it's a spider fang, possibly from Mirkwood, I guess.
They look like the ones I saw in the tunnels.
The black spiders.
Yeah,
like,
from that.
He didn't kind of stick around to actually inspect them, but
No.
yeah.
Although he did see them out, he was like,
might be
see ya.
Estelle did point them out in the door.
Well, the markings made by the spider fangs were in the door, not the
Oh,
spiders
that's right.
themselves.
That's right.
Themselves.
That's right.
Yeah.
And plus, you did see them out when you chucked yourself into the trapdoors.
That's
So you
true.
did kind of had a glimpse.
But
of
it
them.
wasn't a close look.
But like at the same time, there was other things on his mind, like
Yeah.
getting away from them.
He was like,
Waving
see ya.
goodbye.
Hang on a minute.
Waving
Let me
goodbye.
just like quickly inspect that. Possibly, you can't say for definite, but possibly.
But it's the spider fang, no matter what.
It's a spider fang, but as the originality of the spider itself, you're not really sure. But
Either way, yes, I reckon it's probably.
Zabi suspects it might be from Mirkwood. It could be from any number of places.
But yeah, so it's as I say, I'm going to keep hold of this because I'm quite intrigued about it because I've not seen an item like this placed into a sword.
Everything you're finding in this place is like, I've never come across that before.
Yeah, it's like it's just weird. I mean, if you attack with it, doesn't mean it's going to snap off. It's like really weird things. Like I know they're robust in that, but the way it's jointed in it must be quite weak in the joint. To actually
Not
smelt it.
necessarily, I
It's
don't
like,
think. I mean,
how would you
heard...
cast it into a metal blade as well? It's like,
They must have hardened it and stuff. I'm not there.
well, that's why I want to go and I will hold on to it and find someone to
Well,
ask a little bit more detail. It's the same with your sword. You know, we want your little dagger. We want to ask a bit more detailed.
yeah. It's just I haven't actually seen huge spiders myself from Mirkwood or anything like that, so I wouldn't even dare to. But I've heard stories about it, I guess, and yeah, there's probably a Mirkwood spider thing. Possibly.
More likely, it's pretty close here, so it's probably something Mirkwood, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not many miles away.
So it's it's something they could probably get easily access to.
Possibly.
Dúlintrast, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Point your sword with a spider thing on it.
I give Theo the thumbs up.
Cool. Are you still looking in the box?
He doesn't seem impressed.
I'm still looking at boxes, but after giving him the thumbs up, I kind of I don't know whether I'll need to do a roll for this. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I somewhat cartwheel or somersault off the box to down to the same level. So do I need to roll for this? Because I do.
Oh, it's acrobatics. Is it?
Yeah.
Yep, and I do have acrobatics, which means I'm going to have to call up my character sheet as well. Yeah. And Wispa, I sent you a question.
Yep, I know.
Slim to none?
No. The chances of that particular item being in here, yes, fairly high. But where in here might not necessarily be in this room, but it will be in the building.
Okay.
It might take you a long time to find them.
If I ask somebody, would they be able to tell me if that item, like, if I can acquire that item?
Oh, they'll probably say yes. You could acquire it.
It's here somewhere. It's been moved around a dozen times.
Would they be able to tell me specifically where I could find one?
Well, you're on the right floor.
Or at least help you find it.
Get one, yeah.
You're on the right floor.
Acrobatics. Okay, my acrobatics is plus 40.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, maneuver for armor as well.
Oh, right, okay, so hold on.
You got no armor.
No armor. No
Okay.
armor.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna break my legs.
If you fumble.
Somebody tell me what it is, I can't look.
65 plus whatever it was you said for.
Plus 40.
Okay, 105.
And then whatever your
What's your armor?
was.
My armor.
Is no armor.
I have no armor.
Yeah, so what's the number total of it?
Total for your maneuver.
Hold on. Maneuver. Where did I find my maneuver?
Top.
It's in total with no armor.
Your total no armor.
Total of no armor is plus 35.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 140.
Did I land safely?
Yes.
Yes, you land safely.
Oh, I see you found. Well, when I land, I kind of walk over to Theo and Zabi, all swaggery, like, hey, yeah, I'm impressive.
No,
As he's walking over,
So
I'm just
what-
wrapping the end of the blade so I don't stab anyone.
I walk over and say, so you found a sword.
As he says that, I look around the building, the room.
You found a sword with. Would I recognize it to be a spider tooth? It's like
yes, yes.
I would. Yeah, I would say
You
he would. Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
Because I'm from that region.
It's spider
Yeah,
fan.
duh.
Well, I'm from a region with a lot
Yeah,
of
the
spiders.
spider don't have teeth.
Okay, so I say to him, "Oh, I see you found a sword with a spider fang in it. Nice."
Yeah.
And it looks as if, like,
It's like, I don't know why, but
I don't know why you found a spider sword. It's like I ask him, "Do you know if it's poison?"
Well, do you want to touch the end and find out?
Not really.
Really, you two?
Then, no, I don't know if it's poisoned yet.
Okay. What about you, Zabi? Did you find anything?
I look at Theo.
Possible. We've got to find people to actually identify certain objects for us. I asked if this is an actual poison sword and what it is and what it does, and if it does anything. If not, if it's just an ornamental. As well as Zabi has found a glass, small light dagger.
Yeah.
So whether or not it's an ornamental or if its actual property is a weapon. So we need
I do have an actual good question, and the guys might slightly agree. If I do like a detect trap thing on one of the swords, could I possibly identify if Theo's sword has a poison thing on it?
No, because it's a trap.
Okay.
No, you can't use
No.
the detect trap for analysing weapons.
if you got detect poison,
See, I thought about using my detect essence, but I don't think essence will pick up a poison.
No, because
No.
isn't essence like
is
magic?
More
It's
magic.
magical.
Yeah. I've got detect channeling. Would detect channeling pick up
That's
poison?
magic.
That's magic as well.
That's another type of magic. That's more like deity-driven magic as opposed to elemental magic.
It's what
Yeah,
Estel
so-
can do.
I know what you could do. I just didn't know if it would come
No.
like a poison to be inserted.
No, you'd have to have an
Don't.
actual. You'd have to be skilled in poisons.
Yeah. no,
Being
fair
able
enough.
to actually tell by the stain or the colour or the
Oh.
Zellie,
Sorry.
or the scent or some
That's
along
me.
those kind of things.
Mm.
That's
why I said
I-
button for detecting the items.
I reply to them, I haven't been able to find what I'm looking for yet, but I like the idea of asking people. So let's find someone to ask.
Do you want to ask? Do you want to give us an idea what you're looking for as well, so we can help look for it?
That's a good idea.
You know, more eyes help.
Okay, Wispa, I need to double check something.
Uh-huh.
That particular weapon, I, as a player, know that. Would the character know that type of weapon? given that my other weapon that
it would be an exception. If that weapon was in circulation, it would only be used by the exceptional elite.
No, but is it like, would it be commonly known? I know that there's a certain like group of people in Middle Earth that use that type of weapon, and I currently have another weapon that is from probably that region.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
given the fact that I know my first weapon, this secondary weapon that I'm asking about, would I know of it because I have that other weapon?
Yeah, you would know of them. You would know of them, yeah.
Theo and Zabi know of them.
They might know of them, but they might not have seen them.
Okay.
Yeah, but a description to actually find something could be easier than saying, well, you don't know what we're looking for, don't worry.
Yeah,
what's this?
I wanted to know whether you guys would know of it. You know, whether it's common enough for...
They would know of it, but they wouldn't know anybody.
Well, you could ask and see if Theo and Zabi would be like, what is that? Or would they be like...
No, they would know of.
I've heard of that. We'll try looking for that.
But they'll never have... They'll probably not have come up... It's not the kind of weapon that...
I probably wouldn't even know the name of it, that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you describe it, I might be able to recognise it when I see it. But that's it.
Well, I then go into this description and I say to them, it's kind of like a dagger, slightly longer, but instead of having one blade, it has almost 3 blades to it.
3?
Yes.
Like a claw?
More like a scythe.
A scythe?
A scythe.
What?
Damn it.
Zabi's just giving the confused look of that moment.
So I bend down to the ground, right? And I say, right. I use my finger to motion and say, I draw the kind of shape of a handle, and then do the prong, like as if I was drawing a kind of fork motion, and then one giant line down the middle, and say that is what it kind of would look like.
Who's that person with Daredevil, the female who uses...
Elektra.
That was it. That's the scythe, isn't it? That's what you are.
Yeah, that's the scythe. Or you could have went with Raphael or Melina.
Oh, yeah.
You could have gone with the Ninja Turtles. That's the easiest one to go for. You could be like...
Oh, those weapons. Yeah, I get it now.
So that's kind of what I described to them. I try my best, whether they know what I want. It's completely different.
I'm going to say that Zabi has never seen a blade like that before.
I've seen one.
A fork dagger.
I've seen one. It's called a fork.
Trident. The handle cut off.
Oh, I've seen a trident, yeah.
Estel, it's like, I just look really defeated after explaining this to me.
No, I understand what you're asking.
I just look at Dúlintrast and say, so it's a type of blade of some kind?
It's almost, think of it like a dagger, but bigger.
And with more blades.
Yeah, well, yeah. It will allow me to fight offensively and defensively if required.
Zabi just looks at the little picture that Dúlintrast did and just thinks about it.
Basically, if we ever see one of these in this building, Dúlintrast is after one, so just let him know if we find one.
I still think it's maybe an idea because it is a type of weapon that we're not accustomed to in these parts.
Okay, it might be here.
Okay, so should we find someone that can maybe help us out?
I guess that would be a good idea, actually, because I really want to know what this glass dagger is. So,
do you mind if I see it? I might be able to help you.
I show Dúlintrast the glass dagger and unsheath it just to show what it is.
Okay. It's a little 4-inch dagger. It's got a silver and gold, no wood, no leather, just silver and gold, small little cross hilt and handle, and the blade at the widest edge, like where it goes into the actual handle, is at 1 inch, and it goes to a small razor sharp point, about 3 inches long, and it is glass.
Hmm.
or a glass-like substance, but it's transparent.
Oh, typey.
Okay. I'm gonna just plainly ask, do I notice anything special about it?
It's got a glass blade.
Can I do a perception on it?
Yeah, you can do perception on it.
Okay, I'm doing a perception, and I do believe that my perception is...
Is that really easier than just going to ask someone?
So we're going to go and ask
Kind of why I didn't
somebody.
bother with any of the other armours and that. I was like, I'm just going to ask the question.
Yeah, for Zabi, she's going to be looking at levers anyway, so...
Okay.
So the soft stuff will be upstairs.
Okay, well in that case then, I hand Zabi back out and say, well, as far as I can tell right now, this little beauty is between 100 to 1,000 maybe gold coins.
Yeah, so you just evaluated it. It was going to finger it. 5 discount.
So to me it's probably a letter opener. But I pass it back to Zabi. And say, let's go find someone that can help out.
No, if you want to try to perceive to see what it was, don't let her stop you. It's just, that's kind of the only reason we didn't bother doing it.
Let's go find a few people that can actually tell us what these blades are.
If they fail, then
so
we
much
can
in the day,
we can do it ourselves. But...
Yeah, so basically, afterwards, we can decide if we want to try and get these or not.
Yes.
Either way, then, find someone.
Who's leading the way?
You.
Oh, bollocks. Okay, so I walk back
the
out.
worst laugh I've ever
Where are you
made.
headed?
I walk back out into room 21.
Okay, room
Go back to the
21 is
gold man.
kind of like an intersection where there's a lot of administrators monitoring the production and the working of gold.
Okay, I wave down one of them and, well, I don't wave down one of them, I walk up to one of them and say, excuse me,
Yeah.
I was wondering if you can help us. My two companions here have found two particular items, which we would like to know what they do.
I found 3, but...
Well, one of them... My companions here have found some items, and we would
Okay.
like to know what they do.
First of all, what he does is he puts down the small little bag of gold coins that he was actually weighing in some scales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Turns his back, they go missing. Dúlintrast starts walking away.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If he does do that, I'm doing that.
Oh god, no.
I don't care where I am. I don't come from
Do you want to take your sword up first, or your little...
Dagger.
Let her
It's a
go.
dagger.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah.
So who's going first?
I'll go first. I'll show them the dagger that I found.
He says, this was created, and all you guys can hear this. It was created over 1,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's created over 1,000 years ago. Yes, it was created by one of the elfsmiths that is no longer in Lorien.
Mm-hmm.
What's its purpose?
Or for stabbing things.
Wait, what?